Hey SOS Kids, Miss Allison here, and I am so excited. We are wrapping up week 1 of our social media outreach and our YouTube outreach and all of the new things that we have going on since we can't have you guys at our building right now. But I just wanted to hop on here. Fridays we're going to have a little bit of a more fun, exciting, long video for you. So grab your brother and your sister and your parents, sit down, get comfortable. We are going to talk through all the things that you learned this week. And so this week's theme was that perfect love casts out fear. That the love of our Father Jesus casts out all fear, that we have nothing to be afraid of because the Bible says that Jesus has already conquered all. Everything was taken care of at the cross. And so we have nothing to be fearful of. This coronavirus, this having to be at home, there is no fear because we have a Father who loves us so perfectly. And so today I want to talk through the story of Daniel in the lion's den. Now this is a story that you read through earlier this week in your packet, but I want to tell you it in a really exciting way. So I brought a special guest, and he is going to show you and tell you the story of Daniel in the lion's den. When he's done, we'll hop back over here for some questions and discussion things that you can sit with your family and talk about. We will be back in your neighborhoods and back at your houses on Monday afternoon if you haven't already gotten a packet for week 2. And so let's hop on over and see what Daniel's up to. Bye, y'all.
Hello, my name is Daniel, and I lived in some very tough times. I lived back in the days of kings who had all power. And there was one certain king, King Darius, who happened to be a very good king, a very stern king, but a very honest king. And this particular king, King Darius, he loved me. He thought that I had a lot of respect. And because of that, many other people around began to get jealous of me. And they wanted to find a way to get me out of the picture. And so they knew that I was a man of God, that I prayed and that I trusted God in everything. And so they got Darius to make a law that said that you cannot pray because you need to focus on only the king. Well, of course, I wasn't going to have any of that. And so I went up into the top floor of my house and I opened all the windows and I got on my knees so all could see, and I prayed to the Lord to keep me safe. When they found out about this, the king, even though he loved me, he was forced to throw me into a pit filled with lions. And our story begins there.
Daniel, are you okay?
Yes, the Lord sent an angel to save me and protect me.
God is the king.
So, God delivered me from the lions. My faith was strong. My trust was strong. Now, I didn't want to go in that den. Trust me, it was not a fun place to be. But in the end, I knew God was there the whole time, and he allowed me to go through that, and he stood by me the whole time, and he sent the angel to protect me, to show me about faith and about trust. And I know a lot of you guys probably right now, with all that's going on, your faith may be being tested. Your trust may be being tested. And so you have to remember that God's got us. He wrote it down in his book, the Bible. Remember that. Remember he is always there. So my mission for you guys today is to write down at least 3 things that are maybe bothering you or worrying you. And those 3 things throughout next week, when you get down on your knees to pray, I want you to pray for faith in those 3 things. Faith that God's got you, that he's going to protect you, and that it's going to all be okay. So, I appreciate you guys, and I know you got this. Stay strong.
Okay, we're back, and you just heard from Daniel himself. You saw pictures of him in the lion's den with the lions surrounding him, and he reminded us that we don't have to be afraid because God's got this. The Bible says that God goes before us and behind us, that he is always with us. He never leaves us or forsakes us. So when we feel like we're in the lion's den, or we feel like there's no way out, we feel like we're always losing, like we're always struggling, we know that no matter what, God's got this. His word says that he works all things together for our good and for his glory. And we know that through this time that you're stuck at home, that you are wanting to be at school, wanting to be at SOS, that God is with you and that he is using this time for a reason. We know that God doesn't waste anything. He's not surprised by coronavirus. He's not surprised by the things that we walk through. He's not surprised by our parents' divorce or by the really hard things we work through or those nightmares we have at night. Those don't surprise him, and he knows all of those things. And the word says to not be afraid, but to put our trust in Jesus. And so just like Daniel told you, this week we want you to write down 3 things that are worrying you, 3 things that you can pray for. And that ties into what we're starting this next week. We are about to start 5 days on prayer and how we can pray. Because sometimes prayer can be a little scary and a little bit hard. And we think we have to say the right words and talk the right way and have our head bowed the right way. But really, we are going to experience what prayer really is and what Jesus's heart is for prayer. And so join us this next week. We're excited to learn alongside you. And in the next little bit, I want you to turn with your family or with your siblings, and I want you to talk about what you learned. What did Daniel teach you this week? What is God teaching you? What are some things that you know are true about God? Guys, we love you so much. We miss you. I got to see some of you this week as we were out delivering packets and food, and it just makes me so excited to have y'all back. We miss you. I've been praying for you. Your leaders are praying for you as I've met with them. They just can't stop asking about how you are and know that they're praying for you. And so reach out to SOS if you need anything. We are here. We love you so much, and we will see you next week here on YouTube. Love you guys. Bye.